And so, for starters, welcome to Tea for You, Please. Joining me today is Elyse, founder and CEO of Tealet. So, Elyse, can you tell me how you got started in tea in the first place?
Yeah, so my first experience with tea was actually through my past career when I was a food scientist. When I first moved to Hawaii, one of the first jobs I could find was with Itoen, and I was with them for 2 years, which is a Japanese ready-to-drink tea manufacturer. I did quality assurance for them, and that was, to be honest, it was my first job in the industry as a food scientist where I actually could go to sleep at night comfortably knowing that we are producing a good product and trying to sell a product that's only going to make people healthier if you eat more of it. Before I was working in dairy and dry mix, even the organic space, I was working there, and it's your job is how do you make something so addicting that people will buy it over and over again. It's business, but with tea, it's like, well, you don't really have to work hard to make it addicting. You just have to share it and tell the story of it. And since then, when I was doing my MBA at the University of Hawaii, I did a market feasibility study for the Hawaii grown tea industry, and that was for the state. And that's when I first started meeting tea farmers, and that blew my mind and really changed my world. And ever since I did that project, my life has just been it's been on tea farms, it's been advocating for tea farmers, and now I am where I am, and our business is where it is. From this chain of events where I've been interacting with more and more tea farmers and traveling to Japan, and now since we started the business and put Tealet out there as this platform where independent tea growers can be empowered to connect directly with the people that love their tea and to sell directly to them, and then now to even sell to the resellers of tea, so tea shops and restaurants and other brands that are looking for interesting, unique teas to cater to this new tea lover renaissance, as Norwood Pratt likes to put it. It's been a great adventure, and my life is tea. It's all around me at every point of my life. I dream about it, and it's good. It's not a problem. It's something that's a really great thing to be obsessed with, I guess.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. And so, when you first, became involved in tea, was there anything about the tea industry that really surprised you?
Um, yeah, I guess just the lack of knowledge. Yeah, when I was working at Itoen, it's just we received these enormous boxes of powdered down tea and blended it in water and packaged it in cans and sent it all over the world. And there was, I had known of tea as being somewhat of a connoisseur product that, there's some information and knowledge behind it. And I found it really interesting that the majority of tea that actually makes it into the market and gets around lacks all of that culture and that knowledge. But since I've started Tealet, and even since I started working with tea farmers and researching the market and doing a lot of social media, tea the tea world and the tea community, they're very socially connected, and it's so easy to get in looped with them and to find that there is this thriving community of people that seek that knowledge, and not just seek it, but they share it. And those are the people I love. Like when I first met you, I was a huge fan of your work I saw online, and we've had 2 encounters now, and it's always been great fun. And I mean, I have these kind of encounters every day when I'm not in Hawaii, which usually I'm here in Honolulu. I'm on the road, and I'll just tweet out or Instagram out, I'm going to be in New York, or I'm going to be in San Francisco, and it's amazing the communities that form around those shout outs that you put out, and it turns into a little tea party, and you make new friends, and it's really a great time.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. Our impromptu tea tasting at the Javits Center was an experience, definitely.
Yeah, I never paid so much for hot water.
I know.
It's like I think it's $3 for a styrofoam cup of hot water, but we really enjoyed ourselves. It was totally worth it.
Definitely. So, can you tell
hmm
me more about Tealet's mission? I know you're kind of working to bridge between growers and tea drinkers.
hmm Yeah, so that is our mission, and that's everything that we're driven by Actually, Tealet is an evolution, a spin-off from a nonprofit that many tea lovers may have met at the World Tea Expo in 2010, I believe, or was it 11? 2011, uh, the International Tea Farms Alliance. And it's just a network of independent tea growers trying to exchange knowledge and trying to create that bridge. And I actually interned for them for the launch of that project and spent 4 months trying to solve their problems and trying to figure out how we could, propagate this mission. And we found that we needed a for-profit arm of it to keep it motivated and keep the ball spinning, because these farmers are busy. They are very busy. I don't know if you've visited a tea farm and see how much they work out there. They don't have time to be running initiatives and traveling around the world and promoting things. And that was something that we agreed as an organization that when I returned to the U.S., that I would build some type of for-profit partner that would carry on that mission to bridge tea grower to tea lover. And boy, have I learned that the mission is not as easy and as simple as what I first thought when I started this business. I thought that we were going to be selling little bits of tea here and there to tea lovers and writing blogs and telling stories, but it really has exploded into an enormous company with a lot of stakeholders in it. But I think it's the right way. It's the time. We've learned that not only do tea lovers want to connect with tea farmers, but tea retailers, people that sell tea for a living, tea houses or tea shops, and just the way that the business is set up right now, the global distribution business, it's very hard for these buyers to get access to these types of teas. Wholesalers, brokers, that's their secret sauce. They can't give up their source, right?
Yeah.
We're pretty stupid for doing that, but because we're mission driven, that's the whole backbone of what we do, and we trust that this will end up working in the end. If we can build ourselves as a very transparent platform where interactions can happen between people they need to happen between, which is very common in technology business right now. We are Silicon Valley trained. We are involved in tech, and we see the trends of other companies, even in hospitality or in restaurants or any other industry. All the businesses are all focused on how do you aggregate demand and aggregate the supply and create a really efficient way where they can work together and we can have a better world. I know it's very idealistic, but I think in our times of the world right now, all of us have to be a little bit idealistic and work hard towards seeing our dreams come true.
Yeah, no, that's really.
So when we, of course, we're always telling the stories of the farmers, and we visit their farms and create these really beautiful videos and storytelling videos behind them. And then even when we distribute the tea, this is an example of our packaging now. So this is a sencha. This is from Obubu, Kyoto Obubu Tea Plantation. So this is sencha, the spring sun. I don't know if you can see, well, here's Obubu's information, and it's got, location, it's got how to prepare it, and then where it was grown, tasting notes, and then a full story of the tea. This is just our packaging. We also make trading cards, which our customers really like, which we're really trying to create this. This is Aki right here. This is him stacking tea leaves on his truck and dancing. Crazy Aki. Have you ever interviewed Aki or met him in real life?
I have not met him, but when I first saw the video of him dancing on your website, I was just like, I have to taste his tea.
Yeah, and that's what we found for these farmers is you can build a lot of value around their brand and around their tea just through their authentic story. Like, it's so simple. In that video, the dancing video, that was not staged. I mean, we were trying to do a very professional video with him and ask him detailed questions like how long you've been farming and what are practices and what's special about your tea. And he did 20 minutes of dancing with no music, just in his tea fields. And we're like, okay, well, we didn't get the information we wanted, but at least we have something that's him, and he's not a very talkative person. Even whenever you go there, he loves to dance. He's always dancing. So we figured let's share that with the world. And yeah, now he has a trading card of him, doing the robot, and it's great. And it's got his tea's information and stats about the tea, and We even want to get even more sophisticated and telling people about the quality of the tea. Like, what are the tasting notes in the tea and the intensity of that and what's bringing out those notes, because I think that there is a big growing connoisseur market or community that's really wanting this information, which is why, like Nicole, you're so successful because people they want to learn, and you're a great resource for that, and that's why we love connecting with anybody in tea, bloggers, researchers, everybody. We just want to bring everybody's resources together and build a strong future for the industry.
That's really great. And I know you've been doing a lot of work with, the tea growers in Hawaii and the U.S. Tea Growers Association. And so
Hmm.
why do you think there's been such an increased interest in, growing tea here in the U.S.?
I think it's just because I know for Hawaii, I can speak for Hawaii, and but since I've traveled to Mississippi and New York and some other places where I've met these farmers, there's some consistency. And what it is that agriculture, it's a dying art. It's a dying industry. It's impossible to live a good livelihood if you're a farmer. No young people want to be farmers anymore. And there's a renaissance in that space, and that's on diversified agriculture. It's on looking at crops that maybe we don't traditionally grow, but if done right, could serve as a diversified crop. You grow honey, and that serves as your cash crop. And then you can grow all of your local produce, and the money from the tea or the cacao or the coffee or anything else that you're growing can supplement your income as a farmer. So we can build stronger food systems around our country. Which you think that we're food secure, like we don't go hungry, but we're not very food secure. Most of our food is coming in from other places, and you don't even want to know the exploitation that happens to get that food to us. I think even an article, and we say this all the time with our business, but an article came out in the New York Times saying that of the dollar that you spend on any agriculture product in the grocery store, only like 15 or 16 cents of it is getting to the farmer. Everything else is in the cogs, in the machine to get that food to you. Which we're in a new age now. We're smart, we're technology savvy. We shouldn't be spending all of that extra money for that broken system when we can find ways to fix it ourselves.
Definitely. That's a really great way to look at it. And I know you've traveled to so many places to meet with tea people and visit tea farms. Is there any particular place that was your favorite so far?
Yeah, well, yeah, my heart is always going to be in Wazuka in Japan, where I lived for 4 months, and I lived in Aki's house. It was a miserable, cold, dusty, rat-infested life I was living there, but um, it's humbling. I love those experiences where it challenges you to like just shake out of that norm of what we're used to living in every day, and put yourself in a different situation and see how other people live. And everybody there was so welcoming and so warm to me, and I felt like I was really part of that community. And I just that was my start in tea. I mean, I did start here in Hawaii, but that was where I lived on the farm and really got involved in it. And now my boyfriend and I are here in Honolulu, and we started our own little tea garden. And it's really amazing to see the tea is just it's growing, and it's just magical. I mean, it grows so slow. That's the thing. So you can't just put it in and expect that tomorrow you're gonna wake up and it's like, we got first blush. Nope, it doesn't work that way. But it's been really magical to see everything bloom and come together.
That's awesome. And I know you'd mentioned that you had some Hawaiian teas to share.
Yeah, so actually, I have a very, very good news for you and all of your followers. A farmer that has been growing tea for about 5 years now has been processing their own tea for quite some time, but they're very bashful and they don't feel like they're ready to go to the market. And so I made a deal with him, or with her actually. And I told her, give me a kilo of your tea. I will share it with our audience and with our professional tasters, and I'll let you know how your tea performs. Now, personally, I think it's great. I've tried it many times. So this is it here. It is a lightly oxidized oolong. So their processes are actually pretty refined here. They get a good level of education from the university, and I think that she's done a great job with her tea, and we are actually giving out free samples of this tea. All we're asking for is 250 for the shipping, but we rebag these teas in 15-gram samples, and we're sending them around. And we do ask that you fill out a review form. So I'll share a link with you that you can share with this video to your followers and let them know that they can visit that link, sign up to get their sample, and we'll send it. And there's an online evaluation form that they can fill out for it. And we're going to let the grower know what people think of their tea. It's really quite lovely. And there's something, I don't know if you've ever gone to any of those classes on like origin and terroir and how that plays into tea. I think Hawaii grown tea is a great example to learn about that phenomenon, because there, our palate is not trained to understand what Hawaii grown tea is, right? It's brand new. And so when you taste it, there is something so unique to it. I mean, even when I tasted with Nora Pratt, we did a tasting together, and it was actually his first time to try U.S. grown tea. And he was just blown away by the Hawaii grown tea. Like, there was some of them, he was just speechless. He just couldn't say anything. And then I'm asking him for advice on, well, how should we describe this tea? What are the words we should use for it? And he doesn't even have the words for it. And in my opinion, really, it's a tropical taste. It's the only way people can describe it. And that's just the flowers that we have growing here. And, this the natural environment that we have. It's unadulterated. There's no pesticides in the ground where these farmers are growing. And the farmers, most of them, they don't clear the land and do monoculture. They'll grow it in between the trees. And it's all naturally shaded. It's magical. It's really magical. So, yeah, we're giving this tea out. I'm really happy to share it and let people know what Hawaii grown tea tastes like. We also do sell tea from 3 other farms, and in fact we have one lot of Hawaii grown tea that's 1 pound. That's all it is, just 1 pound of tea that we're auctioning on our auctions, which we have recently decided, Nicole, that anybody is welcome to participate in the auctions as long as they're willing to buy 1 pound of tea. So we wanted to make that open because we do understand that some tea lovers really know their tea, and they could easily go through a pound of tea. Our box where we send out four of these tins, our box here is $60, including shipping anywhere around the world. But we figure for an ounce of tea, that's a high price, and we give an expanded experience around it. But for $60, you can get a pound of really exquisite tea through our wholesale program. So I can share that link with you as well. That is on our website. You can see wholesale there. Everybody is welcome. It's basically just bulk tea. It's not packaged in this really nice tins. It's just a pound at a time. But we have a lot of Hawaii grown tea. It's Rainforest White from Bob Jacobson. We recently launched his story and his videos. Really amazing story he has. His garden is just amazing. You can order samples of his tea to decide if you'd like to bid on it. And we also have a tea from Nilgiri. It's a hand-rolled green tea from Nilgiri. Really, really magical to get our hands on this tea. I'd never tried a tea from Nilgiri before, and I have heard stories about the farmers there coming together, creating co-ops, and really trying to enhance their quality because they want to create a specialty niche for their industry there to support their community's economy. And then finally, we have a lot of Taiwanese high level of oxidation oolong. It's almost a black tea. The farmer there, he's from Goe Tea. He's a good friend of mine. His name is Alfredo. Really funny guy. The guy can never not be joking. But he actually got into tea 4 years ago. His story is amazing. A really amazing story. And he got a tea master to work with him. And this tea master is actually the farmer that popularized the variety that's used for Ruby number 18, the very famous black tea, 2010. Really, really awesome tea. So look forward to getting those samples out, seeing what people think of those teas, and having our auctions, which they run on the first Monday to Wednesday of every month. So if anybody out there wants to participate in these auctions and you'd like to get the samples, you need to order the samples at least 6 days prior to the opening of the auction. So if you come to the website and you see the auction is going to start soon, you do have time to order samples. So and those are just $2.50 each for the shipping. So can't beat that.
Definitely, and I'll make.
By the way, this is the steep. I don't know. I can't get this color here in the cup. I don't want to spill it on my computer. Hold on. It's not going to work, but maybe if I'd like to show you the steep leaf. So there we go. And you see the leaf there. It's really beautiful. It barely even opened up on that steep. Really, really nice leaf. Like I said, unadulterated. That's what's beautiful about the farms in Hawaii. You know, everybody's worried about pesticides. You know, even if the farm's organic, there could be farms around them that are using pesticides, and there could be, you know, past history of using it. With the land here, all of it's like pristine. It's like freshly from the volcano made into soil. So the teas coming out of Hawaii are really magical.
Yeah, they definitely are. The first time that we met in New York, you had shared a green tea from Mauna Kea, and that is still my absolute favorite green tea. It's amazing.
Awesome. Taka's probably like smiling right now because of that. Taka's an amazing farmer as well.
Awesome. Okay, and so I just really want to say thank you for taking the time to tell my readers and watchers, I guess, about your tea and Tealet, and Hawaii and everything. And really thank you for everything that you do for the community too.
Yeah, it's good fun. I mean, we're all in this together. I love going to expos and meeting the tea family and including you and seeing everybody's energy and efforts towards educating people and really bringing out what tea really is and making it fun and social. So yeah, we're totally into social media. Follow us from our website. You can see us. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're really big on Instagram. We have a lot of fun there. And then we do a lot of videos. So check out our page on Vimeo. We have videos of the farmers. We have videos of us doing tastings, and then we just have funny video. We like to have fun. So as you see behind me, we have these are Tetris blocks. We actually work out of the Tetris office. You know, the game.
Oh wow!
This is the Tetris lives in Hawaii, and we're in an accelerator and co-working out of their space, which is really really great. So there's Tetris everywhere, Tetris and tea.
Seems like those would go well together.
keep you up so you can play it all night.
Definitely. Yeah, so I'll definitely be putting in the show notes all of the links to Tealet and the auctions and everything, as Elyse mentioned. And stay tuned for next time. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, Nicole. Aloha.
Aloha.